Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. So in this video I'll be basically showing you how you can perform a GEO audit for any website or your website using Claude Cowork. So why are we doing this in the first place, right? The reason why we're doing this is because today most of the people, when they search anything on the internet, when they're looking for anything that they want, either gonna go to Google or they're going to go to Perplexity or they're going to search on ChatGPT. Now, if your website is not being suggested by these three platforms in the first place, then you're basically losing out. Even if you search anything on Google today, if I go on Google and I search for anything, let's say best AI SaaS platform, let's just say I'm going to search for anything. Google first shows me the sponsored results, the people who are paying for the ads. Next is it's going to show me the AI overview. Now here is where you need to appear. If you're not appearing in the AI overview, then you're basically missing out, because a lot of the space on this page is now taken by AI overview, the sponsored results. Chances is that you may not even appear in the AI overview if your content is not optimized for these generative models. GEO basically stands for Generative Engine Optimization, which is also another name for AIO, which is Artificial Intelligence Optimization, where we basically try to optimize our website for these generative models like Google AI, Perplexity, and ChatGPT, right? Even if you search on ChatGPT, it's going to go to the search engine, it's going to basically figure out whatever that you want, and on the basis of whatever it finds more relevant, it's going to show that. So our task over here is we are going to go and we're going to use Claude Cowork. Now why we're using Claude is because Claude Cowork gives us the ability to go to the browser and basically automate any process. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask Claude to visit all these three platforms, ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Google AI, and it's going to figure out how we can optimize our website for this generative engines. Now what Claude is going to do is Claude is going to generate a GEO audit, which is going to look something like this. As you can see right over here, it's in GEO audit, which is created for a website called Anchors, right? And it's basically figuring out all the relevant things from these three platforms, which is Google AI, Perplexity AI, and ChatGPT. It also generates you a GEO scorecard, which gives you a deeper look into which particular topics your website appears and for which one it does not. And then it also gives you a competitor map along with an action plan that you can take to basically improve your website for this generative AI. All right, so the first thing that you need to do is you need to make sure you download the Claude's desktop app. So you can go to this website, which is claude.com/download, and from there you can download the Claude's desktop app. Before you jump into the video, make sure you have the paid plan of Claude, because without the paid plan it's not possible to basically access the feature of browser automation and computer use using Claude Cowork. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do when you install Claude is you need to switch to this tab, which is Cowork. This tab is going to give you the ability to basically create tasks. We're going to click on this new plus button, which is going to create a new task, and what you need to do is you need to first of all create a folder in which you're going to work. So basically if you create this folder, it's going to allow you to kind of create a context for this entire task, where Claude can go into any of the files that is present in that folder and can access it and verify it. For example, if you are doing a GEO audit for a lot of websites which are present in an Excel sheet, then you can basically put that Excel sheet inside that folder, give Claude the access to that folder, and basically perform the GEO audit for each of the website in that Excel file. So what we're gonna do is I have already created a GEO audit folder, which I'm gonna give Claude access to this folder, and basically now we're gonna begin our task. So what you need to do is you need to go into the description below and you can copy the prompt that I have given. Just paste that prompt into Claude. It's a prompt template where you can basically give the website URL and everything else that Claude is supposed to do to perform this GEO audit. It's going to do it by itself. So I'm going to paste in the prompt template over here. And so as you can see, this is how it looks like. So basically what you need to do is basically replace anything which is this. Okay, so just go and paste in the website URL everywhere wherever you see this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to perform a GEO audit for this website, and this website is on, I think, automating the process of finding and applying for jobs. And yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see a GEO audit for a website. So I think there are only two places where I have added this prompt template of website URL. So what we're going to do is now I'm going to click on let's go. I'm going to begin this entire task. So I'm going to click on let's go and let's see it in action. Let's go. probably it's going to take like 10 minutes or maybe more. I'm not really sure about it, but it can take some time to generate this entire report with an action plan. So I'm going to pause the video, right, and then we're going to look at what it is going to give us. All right, so as we are able to see, Claude has completed the GEO audit and it has created this Excel file, so let's go inside and check out the file. I'm going to go and choose Microsoft Excel. It's going to open the file in this Excel sheet. And so this is what it is. Okay, so there are only 18 queries. Even though it was just 18 queries, it took actually a lot of time. So it took around, I think, approximately 10 minutes to perform this entire GEO audit. So as you can see, this is how it looks like. This is the audit. This is the raw query results, what we got, and whether we also have the GEO scorecard, which we can look at. So we have a platform breakdown here, which is going over which platform is probably performing best in this particular website's case. We have 33% score in Google overview, 50% on Perplexity, 33 again on ChatGPT. Now obviously you can increase the number of queries Claude is doing and get a much more accurate result on this, but for this video I kept only 18. You can obviously go and change the prompt and make sure that Claude does a lot of queries instead of just 18 queries. So this is what it is. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to GEO action plan, and this is the action plan that Claude has created for this particular website, and it's asking basically create a particular blog which is like Tessenta versus Lazy Apply versus Simplify. So this should be a comparison page. It is also telling to publish an SEO optimized how Tessenta works, then submit Tessenta to Product Hunt, G2, Capterra, Trustpilot. So it's basically suggesting a lot of things that this particular website can do in order to perform better in GEO basically, right? So if you are using your website here, you can just try to perform this action, then run a GEO audit after some time maybe, and just figure out if your website is now performing better, right? You can then compare both the GEO audits and give those two GEO audits to Claude and ask, okay, whether it has improved and what else we can do to improve it. All right, so that was about it. This is how you use Claude to basically perform a GEO audit for you. Do let me know if you want to see more stuff like this using Claude. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.